I'm here, Frank. What's up?
Spider-Man's here, Microchip.
What range?
100 yards, maybe. Easy shot.
Very funny, Frank.
Huh? He spotted me, but how could he? I lost him.
What happened?
He took out my scope.
Hey, tough guy. Sorry about that expensive lens, Punisher.
Something tells me we have the same objective here. That's the place. Warehouse 65. We can team up. You cover my back.
Huh. No thanks, Mr. Death Wish. I'd like to keep the body count low, if you don't mind.
Fair enough.
Punisher's guns can't solve this problem. Gotta play this one my way.
Ah, the cliché seedy waterfront warehouse. Although, I'm guessing that this particular warehouse has a bit more in store for the webhead than even he can imagine.
Oh, more symbiotes. Looks like the old Spidey luck is holding out.
Boy, is that ever a huge understatement, Spidey. So in the event that there's not any magnesium just lying around, we can hurl flammable containers at the symbiotes. Good to know. So when we last left Spidey, things got even more worse on top of the already compounding worseness. At least there's some magnesium here. Punisher did offer to help us with this whole thing, but I think we were right to turn down his help, in spite of the fact that we've been hurting for allies for a while.
Spidey armor much before.
Even though this is the final stage, the stealth mechanics are still in play, as evidenced by the fact that the music stopped for a moment, which means the symbiotes lost track of us. We're not going to stop to fight every single one, because as much as we'd like to, we need to figure out where they're coming from, really, and how deep exactly this problem goes. Mysterio mentioned that everyone in New York was being prepared for symbiosis, but if you've gone this far, why stop at New York?
They'll have to go.
We have no idea how big this thing is. It's kinda hard to be relieved that we solved the whole spider imposter problem with all of this going on.
Not enough webbing. Need to find more web cartridges.
We've only been destroying relatively small generators so far, so maybe there's a big one somewhere.
For the generators, time to get to the bottom of this. An enormous ventilation shaft. There must be something big down there.
So by the bottom of this, he literally means the bottom. We've got nowhere to go but down.
I like the concrete, the dripping water, very nice.
Hopefully this is the last life-endangering stop Spidey has to make today. I mean, Mysterio could be lying to us, but he seemed fairly certain we would be destroyed if we came here, so probably not.
Looks like this is it.
Well, we gotta get some goodies first.
Well, what do we have here?
But yeah, I have no doubts that Mysterio is plenty arrogant enough to tell us exactly where the mastermind is.
This place blows.
Not that it actually matters if they're expecting us anyway, and here we go. Whoops, fooled ya. There's one more thing down here.
Haven't used
And this is as far as the secret route goes, because this room is just whirling fan blades of death, and we don't want to throw Spidey into those because we're not horrible people. But that's enough screwing around. We've got a city to save, you know?
Geronimo!
Woo! What a rush! How far down are we? You gotta be kidding. Okay, recap. A couple of 100 feet underwater, electrified floors and walls, and deadly turrets pointing straight at me. Oh, my day just keeps getting better and better.
Again, Spidey, that seems like a huge understatement. At least we most definitely appear to be getting somewhere.
Hey, you could put someone's eye out with that.
However deadly that somewhere might be, at least this is progress. Kind of.
Who built this place?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out, isn't it? This entire section, design-wise, is basically the logical conclusion to the web-swinging mechanics. Not only do you have to platform while there are lasers firing at you, but you have to do it across the most erratically placed platforms in the game.
The heating bill for this place must be enormous. And I thought crime didn't pay.
Now, this may not seem particularly difficult,
Okay, quit shooting the lasers.
but you have to keep in mind that this is a fairly unique means of platforming that, up till now, had not been used in any other video game. In any other three-dimensional video game, I should say.
This must be where the fog is coming from. Who is behind all this?
It seems we've finally found the source of the fog, which, as we learned from Mysterio, is directly linked to the symbiotes, and of course there's more of them here too. But during that cutscene, we could sneak a peek at what appeared to be some spider armor up on top of this pillar. Someone we still have not snuck a peek of is Black Cat, if she's even still alive anymore. Hey, don't you worry, Spidey wasn't killing himself. He's just grabbing a comic book. Don't be morbid like that. If this is where the fog is coming from, then there must be some way to turn it off here, even if a giant off switch might be too much to ask for. Maybe the room with the glowing green sign above it would be a good place to start looking.
We have a winner.
Spider-Man! I'm so happy to see you!
Black Cat, what are you doing? Who's behind? What's going on here?
Your guess is as good as mine. The guys in the ambulance must have drugged me because the next thing I knew I woke up here. You gotta get me out of here.
Okay, Cat, but how?
If you can somehow shut down the power, I can escape.
You got it, Cat.
Well, we don't know where the power is, but we can unlock the other rooms. That seems like a pretty good start. It's also good to know that Black Cat isn't, dead, though I'm sure Spidey would be grateful for some of the mercy they seem to have shown her. The most important thing is that the body count is still at 0.
Bingo! If I read this right, this panel controls the exhaust ports. If I can jam the exhaust ports without stopping the flow of fog, it'll be like a banana in a tailpipe. That ought to blow the power, too. Step in the right direction, but not enough pressure.
While it's a very good thing that Spidey's plan appears to be working, we could see from the images in that room that whoever's plan this is, they want to take over the whole country with symbiotes, at least. At least.
Almost. This sucker is ready to blow.
Whoever the madman behind all this is, we need to make sure they get put away for a very long time. Hopefully forever, but you know how these things go. At the very least, for the first time since all this mess started, we seem to be on the winning side. After we shut down this fog, all we have to deal with is the mastermind himself.
Yes, that does it!
Thanks, Spider. Whatever you did, it worked.
Hey, what else is a Spider-Man for? You go and get some help, Cat. I'll find out who's behind all this.
You got it. I'll be back.
Listen, whoever you are, no one can control the symbiotes. No one!
I need not control the symbiote, Spider-Man.
Doc Ock?
We will work as one. It is a new world. Humanity needs the skills that my technology will give them. Symbiosis is the only way.
I should have known a reformed Doc Ock was too good to be true.
A perfect world order. Those who cannot share my vision will be crushed by it.
Speaking of crushed,
Huh?
it's showtime, freaks. Ooh, I smell bad symbiote, and it ain't me.
Bring it on, Grandpa!
Alone at last.
Let us end this, Spider-Man. You will never get past my barrier, Spider-Man.
He's right. I need to find some way to draw power away from his shield.
So it seems Doc Ock was behind all of this, which makes a ton of sense considering he's the only one with the funds to pull this thing off.
But I still need to draw more power.
We were also correct to guess that Carnage was somehow involved. Doc Ock must have needed his knowledge of symbiotes and DNA.
Whatever you are trying is useless, Spider-Man.
But enough of that, we need to focus on the problems at hand, those being Doc Ock, his tentacles, and his enormous shield.
It's working. One more should do it.
We've been siphoning his power into smaller shields, but we need to be careful that we time our movements with his attacks. If we stand still for too long, he'll get us.
That's it. Time to pay the piper, Ock.
We need to pound on him while we can, because we have no idea how fast his shield will be back.
Uh-oh. Looks like his shield is regenerating.
Yeah, like that. You can also see there's a risk-reward factor here, as there are power-ups very close to his shield, but we have to get pretty dangerously close to grab them. His attacks also move a lot faster now that we've lowered his shield, which means it's much easier for him to take a chunk out of us. Those metal tentacles hurt. Luckily, we should be okay as long as we manage to keep moving. Even though our life is in danger right now, it feels pretty good that we're about to put an end to this horrible mess. Of course, there is also Carnage to deal with, but if Venom hasn't taken care of him by now, he's at least holding him off fairly well. But again, enough of that. Let's be happy that we're about to take down Ock, finally. He's had this coming for a while.
No. I am defeated.
Not end this way.
One down, one to go. Wonder how Venom's doing. Eddie, are you alright? Talk to me. Wake up, Brock.
Look out. Parker. Behind you.
What'd you say? That's a sonic bubble in the middle of the room. Seeing as how the only two things that symbiotes hate are fire and sonics, I'm guessing Ock made it just in case Carnage tried to double-cross him.
What color do you bleed, Spider-Man?
So we have to take down Carnage ourselves, which is not good. Carnage is a ruthless murderer and one of Spider-Man's most dangerous foes. We also have no hope of outrunning him, as he runs very fast, or crawls, or whatever you want to call the weird, freaky way he moves. It's safe to say that no matter where we are in the room, he can reach us in a matter of seconds and take us down easily, so we need to make liberal use of the sonic bubble. Obviously, any attempts at melee attacks would be a joke, and our webbing does absolutely nothing. He does occasionally take a few seconds to stand there and dance like a crazy person, so we should take advantage of that. Of course, if we wound up in the sonic bubble, we'd be in for a world of hurt too, but we're going to do our best to make sure that does not happen. He has by far the most unpredictable moves of any of the boss characters, so we want to keep him trapped in the sonic bubble as much as possible. Yeah, see, that's not enticing me to get closer. The way he moves is just very erratic and crazy, and you want to stay as far away as possible. Both because dying is bad, and because he's really freaky. Thankfully, it seems like we're just about done here. We're so close to putting this whole thing to rest.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not enough webbing. You are a born loser, Cletus Cassidy. Like I told Mysterio, no one can control the symbiotes. No one I've met, anyway. Take a breather, Spidey. It's over. Well, just another day in the life. Whoa! What the? Is that Ock?
I'd say this is probably the second worst way this could have turned out. You know, aside from the whole humanity being erased from existence thing. Everything is exploding, and we have some sort of horrifying Doc Ock monster chasing us. And he seems much faster than us to boot, which is always great, because we want him as close to us as possible. I was being sarcastic, he will kill us. I did promise you that the chase mechanic would return, and, well, here it is, although in a much different fashion. This is pretty much the best web-swinging challenge in the whole game, as you have to learn how to cancel the web-swing by pressing X in mid-swing, which I do very well here, thankfully. I really like this section because it shows just how maneuverable Spidey can be if you know how to use him. Also, this still terrifies me, which is always fun. But yeah, this section should showcase more than anything that the movement in this game was way ahead of its time. And as I mentioned previously, the controls feel pretty much perfect if you're using an analog stick. All of this is pretty good news for Spidey considering the situation he's in right now. The symbiote could be really pissed at us, or Doc Ock could be really pissed at us. But it's more likely that they're both pissed at us, and the symbiote is just feeding off of Doc Ock's rage. And it's a hell of a lot of rage considering all the walls he's breaking through to get at us. Some of them are even steel. We just gotta keep climbing. Our whole plan at this point is basically just to get the hell out of here.
Level 3. More to go. Pressure's really building.
This whole place is literally exploding right behind us, so as terrifying as Doc Ock is, he's only one of our concerns.
Can't shake him. Breathing down my neck.
Spidey's moving as fast as he possibly can, and as fast as that is, it might not be fast enough. We're getting a lot closer to the surface. That doesn't mean things are going to get any easier for us from here on out. Monster Ock seems closer than ever, and this place is about to completely blow.
Level 1! On the home stretch, baby!
After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Ock. You've got to be kidding. Perfect end to a perfect day. Huh? What the?
It's a good thing Black Cat gave me a call, son.
Looks like just in time.
Hey, Spidey, can you get us Captain America's autograph?
Oh, brother.
Punisher, do you have any threes?
Go fish! So, nice of you to join us for once, Spidey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was out saving the world. Beating you guys at cards ought to be pretty easy.
Your spider sense won't save you here.
Look who's talking, Daredevil. You've been looking at my cards all night.
I don't need to look at your cards, Punisher. Your bluffs are so obvious.
Okay. Let's keep this a nice, friendly, clean game.
Who keeps inviting this guy?
Hey, will you guys keep it down?
Hey, loosen up, kids! I'm on fire!
Wait, hold on. Time out. All of you guys were working together, and you still couldn't take down Spider-Man?
It's not my fault. Doc Ock's plan was horrible. Everyone knows you can't control the symbiote.
Hey, wait! So, I'm a rhino, you're a scorpion, and he's an octopus. What's a Mysterio?
So, Rhino, you got any threes?
Hey! Hey, I got a bingo! Ha ha! You guys think you're so smart, but I won! Ha! Who's your daddy, Doc Ock? Ha ha ha! Victory is mine! You're always laughing at me, but who's crying now, huh? Wait a minute, I made a mistake.
And that's that. The story's resolved, everything's finished, but I'll still see you here for the comic books and other extras. I want to thank you for coming with me on this journey because I absolutely love this game. Enjoy the credits, and I'll see you soon.
Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. In my mind, Spider-Man.